Based on our strategic plan, we've got 10 pillars or priorities, and really all centering around this build, educate, and empowering. And it was, we utilized the Thought Exchange last year to help kind of finalize our final strategic plan that went out after my appointment. But using the community cafes this year, the focus areas are really directly tied to our district goals this year, which tie to that strategic plan. Our first community cafe was on health, safety, and security. Then we did another one on diversity, equity, and inclusion. Our next one is on funding improvements and building the future, capital improvements. And then our final one is on project-based learning experiences. And so it is an opportunity to share ideas, perspectives, and really come to some consensus regarding those priority areas. And Danielle can chime in now because she's definitely the expert in this area. But what I will say is standing there and creating these forums for our community and having that dialogue for them to see the instant feedback and the instant data that is generated through the Thought Exchange is unbelievable. I mean, it really validates the work that we're doing. And I think it's really helping create more of a rich conversation during these community cafes.
Yeah, so like Joe said, we created the community cafe model based off of really an old data protocol, the World Cafe Protocol. We were looking for a format and something new and something different from what we've done before, where we would certainly go out to the community or invite the community in. And often it felt like we were more talking at them than talking with them. Granted, they could ask questions and we would certainly respond. We were looking for a format that would encourage our stakeholders to engage in small group conversation while also knowing that not everybody's comfortable sharing their thoughts with each other, sharing their thoughts in that group. So by being able to host these community cafes, they're about 2 hours long each. We'll set it up in a way that we've kind of introduced the topic and where the district's at in terms of our strategic plan, but then having facilitated conversations based off of the results of thought exchanges is really where this has grown into. I don't know that we knew that's where we were headed, but that's where we've gotten to. So using the presentation mode during the actual cafe has been really helpful and very easy for people to use. They scan the QR code, they respond to whatever the survey questions or exchange question is, and then we build in time to have a facilitated conversation about the data that we're getting back in real time. And just kind of thinking through how we can build off of that, because we know we're only getting a small population who comes. Then do we push that exchange back out to the whole school community, or how are we closing that feedback loop, which has been so helpful to always keep at the forefront. Again, if we're posting those generated reports online on our strategic plan page, great. If we're digging into the data that we've learned a little bit deeper, great. It's evolved over the course of the school year. So it's been exciting, and I'm sure will continue to be as we continue to host cafes for different topics.